Okay, let's start dynamic memory allocation using malloc, calloc, and new. Okay, so malloc, calloc, these are used for dynamic memory allocation. Malloc and calloc are used in C, and new is an operator which is available in C++. Okay, so first of all, let us understand what is dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so now the question is, can you decide an array size? Can you decide array size during runtime? Okay, for example, I'm taking number of elements in array using input. Okay, and then I'm creating an array like this. Okay, so is this allowed? Okay, so in C this is not allowed. In C this is not allowed. It will result in runtime error. There will be runtime error. Okay, you can the size of the number of elements in array must be known during compile time. Okay, whenever C program is compiling, then the number of elements in array must be known, otherwise there will be an error. For example, in this one, this is correct. Okay, the value of n is 10 and you are creating an array of 10 variables. So here the number of elements in array is known during runtime, during compile time, so this is correct. Here the value of n will only be known during runtime, so during runtime and not during compile time, so this will result in an error. Okay, so these are called so actually these are variable length array, and these are allowed in C++. In C++, you can decide the number of elements in array during runtime. Okay, by using input from user you can decide the number of, and this is available only in C++, and these are called variable length arrays. VLA means variable length array. Okay, but always remember that these are not recommended. Variable length arrays are not recommended because these are not dynamic array. Okay, and the memory is allocated in this the memory for variable length arrays are allocated in the stack. Okay, so stack overflow can occur and memory related problems can occur, so that is why these are not recommended. Okay, so how do you create an array for which you do not know the size during compile time? How do you create such array? Such arrays can be created dynamically. These are called dynamic array. Dynamic array means that number of element is known, number of element in array is known only during runtime. That is called dynamic arrays. How do you create dynamic arrays? By using, you have three options: malloc, calloc, and new. Okay, that we'll see later. Now understand what are dynamic what is dynamic memory allocation. DMA means dynamic memory allocation means that you are deciding the number of elements during runtime. So this is not dynamic memory allocation. You already know the number of elements is 10, but if you do not know how many elements are there, then you need to create such an array dynamically. This will be dynamic array because you do not know the number of elements in an array. Okay, so why is dynamic memory allocation needed? Because number of element is not known. For example, while creating a linked list. Okay, so in linked list you can add more elements after this list. Okay, so here suppose you have three nodes in this list. There are three nodes. Okay, but suppose there are three nodes, but you do not know that how many more nodes can be added. If you are adding one more node, you can add one more. If you are adding another node, then you can add one more node. Okay, so you do not know how many nodes can be there. You can keep adding more nodes. Okay, so in that case you need to dynamically allocate memory during runtime. As much node as you want, you need to dynamically create array. So that is called dynamic memory allocation, and that is why it is needed for creating linked list, for creating dynamic arrays when you do not know the number of elements in array. Okay, so that is all about dynamic memory allocation and dynamic arrays. Okay, now let us see how to use malloc function. Okay, what is malloc? Malloc is a function and it is available in C and C++ as well. Okay, so it is a function which is used for dynamic memory allocation. Now let us see how to use malloc. So so you can use malloc like this: malloc, and then you have to specify the number of bytes you want. How many bytes you want? I want 40 bytes, so malloc will allocate 40 bytes for you. Okay, so why do we need 40 bytes? Suppose I want to create an array of 10 integers. Okay, I want to create an array of 10 integers, so there should be 10 integers. And so how much memory do we need for these 10 integers? Suppose each integer is 4 bytes, then total memory will be 40 bytes. Okay, so in that case you will need to calculate how much memory you need. Okay, so I am suppose size of integer is 4 bytes, then you will, and you need 10 integers, so you will need 40 bytes. So the calculation is done by you. Okay, so, and then you will specify 40 bytes here. So malloc function will allocate memory of 40 bytes for you. Okay, now there is another way to write this. Another way is using like this. Okay, why? Because I'm not sure that the size of each element is 4 byte. Okay, the size of int can change. It may be 4 byte or it may be 2 byte. Okay, so I do not know the exact size of int, so that is why I am using size of int here. This size of is a function. Okay, size of is a function, and it will decide the size of this data type. You can find the size of any data type using size of function. Okay, so if the size of function in any compiler is 4 byte, then it will return 4 byte. If size of int in any compiler is 2 byte, then it will return 2 byte. And this function is available in C. Now I do not have to calculate the whole size. I just need to know the how many elements are there, and I will multiply it with size of int. Okay, now what this will do, this will allocate a block of memory, and it will allocate a block of memory for 10 integers. Okay, and it will return a pointer. It will return a pointer to the first address, and the type of this pointer will be void pointer. It will be void star. Okay, so always remember malloc will return a void pointer. Okay, now but you are creating an array of integers. Okay, you are creating an array of integers, so you need to convert this into integer pointer. Okay, so you will use typecasting. How is typecasting done? You will write int star here in front of malloc. You will write int star. It means that whatever pointer, this void pointer returned by this, is converted into int pointer. Why we are converting to int pointer? Because we are creating an array of int. If you are creating an array of char, then you will write char star here. You will write char star, float star, whatever you want. Okay, so this is done for typecasting, and this pointer, void star pointer, will be converted to int star. So this is how you will use malloc function. Okay, int star malloc, and then you will specify number of elements and size of each element. Okay, so the first step, so there will be two steps. The first step, so these steps will be there. The first step is that you will be creating a pointer. Okay, yeah, I have created an int pointer, and then you will call this malloc function. Okay, you will pass the arguments. You can pass arguments in this manner. For example, you are writing number of elements and then size of each element, and you will convert this pointer to, you will convert the pointer to int star, and then you will assign this to a pointer. Okay, so this is your second step. Whatever is returned by this malloc, you will assign it to a pointer. Next step, in the next step, what you will do, you will create you will take input from user, how much elements you want. Okay, suppose I want n elements, I want to create an array of n element, then I will take n from the user. Okay, okay, no, so this is the first step. Okay, let's forget about this. Okay, let's forget about this one. Let's start from here. Okay, so I am telling you how to use malloc, how to use input from user, how to take input from user. Okay, I want to take input from user, and then I want to create an array of an array which will contain the number of elements which are input by the user. Suppose user has input 10 elements. then the array will contain 10 elements. Suppose user has input 20, then array will contain 20 elements. So this is what I want. How will I do it? So the first step will be you will need to take input from user. Okay, first step is take input from user. Second step is you will create a pointer int star, and then third step is you will use malloc function and you will allocate memory for n elements. This n is already taken by the user, and you are using this malloc function to create an element to allocate memory for n elements. You will convert it into int star and you will assign that to pointer. Okay, now you can use this pointer as an array. Okay, you can use this pointer. So what is happening here is malloc function has allocated memory for n elements and it will return up, and you are assigning that memory to pointer. Okay, now this is your array. Now your array is created. This is your dynamic array. This pointer will represent your dynamic array. Okay, how many elements are there? That will be decided by how much user has input. Suppose user has input 10, then there will be 10 elements. Now you can this as a dynamic array, and you can directly use using for loop, and you can assign value like a pointer. You can use it like any array. You can use it like any array. So that's about so that's how you will use malloc. Now let's next come to calloc. How you will use calloc? So what is the difference between malloc and calloc is that in malloc you will have to specify the size using like this. Okay, and so there can be chances of error. This is error prone. Error prone means there can be some chances of error. Why? Because if you multiply wrong number, then there will be an error. Okay, so in calloc this argument is split into two numbers, two arguments. There are two arguments separated by a comma. In this there is no comma. In malloc there is no comma, there is only one argument. In this there are two arguments. The first argument will be number of elements, and second argument will be size of each element. Okay, so this is how the calloc function will be used, and the rest thing will be same. Calloc will also allocate a block of memory for n elements, and then it will return a void pointer. Okay, it will return void pointer, and you will typecast it to int star, so it will become int star. Okay, so now let us see how to create an dynamic array of an element. Okay, first step is you will create a pointer. Second step, you will take input from user. I am taking input from user, and then in the next step you will allocate memory using calloc function for n elements, that is input by the user. These n elements are input by the user, and you will write the second argument as size of int. Okay, then you will assign it to pointer. Now you can use this pointer like an array. Okay, so calloc will assign memory for. So I think so you have understood why you are using calloc and malloc. Calloc and malloc we are using so that we can create memory for n elements. N can be any value. We do not know the value of n. Okay, the value of n is input by the user. Okay, so after input by the user, you cannot create an array like this, int array n. That will be wrong. Okay, you should always use like this. You should not use int array, you should create an array like this using calloc function, and then you will use it. Next we have, let us come to next point. Okay, next we have new pointer. Okay, next we have is new operator. So let's see this new operator. So we have seen calloc, malloc. Now let us come to new operator. New operator is only used in C++. Okay. Okay. Now what is the difference between calloc, malloc and new is that calloc and malloc are functions. Okay. Calloc and malloc. These two are functions, and these two are available in C and C++. Okay. But new is an operator. New is not a function, it is an operator. For example, plus is an operator, minus is an operator, divide is an operator. So these are operators. Multiply is an operator. Okay, similarly new is an operator, it is not a function, and it is only available in C++. It has more features compared to calloc and malloc, and it is only available in C++. Okay, so how do you use the new operator? And it is used for same purpose, for dynamically, for creating dynamic memory, dynamic allocation of memory. Okay, so how do you use a new how do you use new operator? Let us see, let us understand. So in a calloc, how do you use calloc? You will have to write like this. Okay, you will have to write calloc function, and then you will specify two argument, number of elements and size of each element. Then you will typecast it and assign it to a pointer. This is how you will use calloc. Now for a new operator, first you will create a pointer. Second, you will input from the user how much elements you want to create, and third thing is you will use the new operator. So this is how you will use it. You will write new, then the type of element, type of array you want to create. For example, I want to create an array of int, so I will write int. If I want to create an array of char, I will write char, and then you will write this bracket. It means that you want to create an array, and inside this you will write number of elements. So this is the syntax for new. Okay, so this is the syntax for calloc, and this is the syntax for new, and you will write n here. Okay, so this important thing to remember is that this will be the type of array you want to create, and this n will be number of element that you want. Okay, now this is very simple to use, very simple and easy to use. And now p is a pointer that to which you assign this dynamic memory, and p can be used in any array. So p can be used like an array. Okay, now what are the features of new? Let us understand what are the features of new. Okay, in new operator, new has more features. In new operator, you do not need to specify this size of int. Okay, in calloc and malloc you need to specify this size of int. Here you do not need to specify, because the size of each element is the compiler will understand the size of each element from this thing. If you are taking int, then compiler will know that each element will be an int. If you are taking char, then compiler will know that size of each element will be char. Okay, so that is size of is done calculated, size of each element is calculated automatically by the compiler. You do not need to specify. In calloc you need to specify. So this is the first feature of if no size of is needed. This is the first feature of new operator, no size of is needed. Second, you do not need to typecast it. Okay, here when using calloc you need to typecast this operator, this pointer, you need to typecast it. In new you do not need to typecast, because the compiler will automatically typecast it for you. No typecasting is needed, compiler will automatically typecast. How? Again, using this. If you are writing int here, it will automatically typecast to int. Okay, if you are writing char here, it will automatically typecast to char. So these are the two advantages. You do not need to use any size of, and you do not need to typecast. Okay, now let's learn is dynamic objects. So far we have seen dynamic arrays and using malloc, calloc and new. Now let us see dynamic objects. What are dynamic objects? Dynamic objects, simple objects for which memory is allocated dynamically. Memory is allocated during runtime. For example, if I want to create an array of objects, then I can create dynamic array of objects. Dynamic array of objects. Okay, how can we create dynamic object? By using these three operators. Okay, so suppose I am using only I am showing the example of new operator. Suppose I want to create an array of integers using new operator. So this is the syntax. I am using new, and then array of integers and number of elements, and then I will assign it to a pointer. Okay, now how do I create an array of objects? This is for array of integers. Now let me create an array of objects. So how will I do it? I will write, instead of integer I will write student. Okay, student will be written here, the number of elements. And similarly, when we are creating this pointer should be of student type, this should not be of array type. Okay, so this is how you will create array of objects using new operator. Now let us see the code for let us see an example. Okay, in this example I am creating, in this program I am creating an array of objects, and I will take the value number of elements from input from user. Okay, I am creating an array of objects, and how many elements are there? The number of element will be input by the user, will be input by user. So the array of object I need to allocate dynamically allocate memory. Okay, because the number of elements is known only during runtime, so I will be creating a dynamic array of object. Okay, so how do we do it? So first I will create a class student. It will have these three variables, and it will have set function, get function, and add function. Simple. Now let us define the set function. Set function will be defined, get function will be defined, add function will be defined. Okay, now let us come to main part. Okay, so here I am taking n as input. C in n will determine how many element do you want in array. Okay, so I have taken input from user. Now for allocating memory, first I have to create a pointer. So the first step is I will create a pointer. This pointer should be of type student. Student is class. So I am creating an array of object. Always remember, I am creating array of object. So it should be of type student. Okay, so this pointer is type student. Then I will allocate memory using new operator and assign it to this pointer. To this pointer I will assign the I will create a array, a new student. Okay, so I am not writing int here, I am writing student and n. The number of elements will be input by the user. Student is because I am creating an array of objects, so I will write student and I am using new operator. So this is how you will dynamically allocate using new operator. Okay, now array of object is created, array of n objects is created, and now I need to assign, print and add those values using, add those elements in the array. Okay, I have created an array of objects. What I have done, I have created an array of object. Now I need to assign, now what I need to do, so for each element there is an object, each element is an object. Now I need to assign, print and add value of each of these objects. For each object I want to assign, then print and add. So I will need a for loop. This for loop is for assigning. Okay, I will take input abc from user, and then in this array I will assign set function. I will call set function for each object. Okay, so I means for each object I am calling the set function. So first this object will be assigned, then this will be assigned, then this will be assigned, then this will be assigned. Next I need to print value of each object. Okay, so again I will be using a for loop, and I need to print, so I will call it like this, object of I dot get. Okay, then I need to add value of these objects. So again I will use a for loop and I will add value of these objects. Okay, so array object is can be used like an array, like any normal array. Okay, so that's it, all about dynamic memory allocation and dynamic array. Now let's stop this.